Hey, welcome back to Duckman Cycles and VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. We're back today with my 1956 Beetle, also known as Eleanor, sitting right here behind me. Yes, I'm repeating myself. Yes, because that's what I do. But we're back today working on this. We're doing a little bit of work on the front end in particular, right over here, where I put the wheel spacer on. And if you remember in a video where I was putting the new lug studs in, I was having trouble getting some of the lug studs to come out. And I didn't record it when I was finishing up this side. But while doing so, when I was actually trying to pull them studs out using a stud puller, I actually had the proper tool, it just busted the tool. And I didn't think to make a video of it because I didn't think it was going to be that eventful. But anyway, I got rid of the tool. I went and tried using a ball joint puller, and it stripped the bolt right out of it. So I tried another ball joint puller, and it also stripped it right out of it. I tried heat, I tried lube, and no amount of heat that I put into this made any difference. In fact, I had the hubs so hot the grease was actually just running out of them. So, you know, they've got to be repacked. The bearings in there have to be repacked at this point because I've messed the grease up. And those things did not want to let go until I bought a forged ball joint remover. I know it's the wrong tool, but it was the only thing that seemed to work. But when I put the ball joint puller on, and I tightened that thing to hell, and it didn't strip out, it didn't stretch, it didn't bend, just all of a sudden that stud let go, and it was like a 9mm going off in my face. And I mean, it just scared the duckshit.net right out of me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the other side. And I have not tried to remove any of the studs from the other side yet. I've actually been putting it off because it was such a pain in the ass. But since I have a tool combination now that works, I'm going to go around the other side. We're going to pull that wheel off. We're going to pull the old studs out. We're going to press the new studs in, put the wheel spacer on, and get that done. And I want you guys to see the incredible force, and I'm hoping the gunshot sound also that you hear when these studs finally released from the aluminum hubs. I mean, it's amazing what those things did. So anyways, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Please pluck that little dingle belly down there next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. And don't forget, check out Duckman Cycles of VW Garage over on the Facebook group page. Thanks so much. Here comes the intro. Alright, last chance to look at it. Right now the front suspension is aired up, but this side has the spacer on it, 1-inch spacer, and this side does not. So, get a good look at the difference. Hey? Pretty close to being flush. Pretty close. The wheel's not exactly straight, it's turned a little bit this way, so, yep, but it's pretty close. It's the way I wanted it. And over on this side, buried way in there. Okay, let's start pulling some stuff apart. I actually bought a brand new set of impact sockets, the black ones. As you remember, my friend that I loaned them to, I never saw them again. So now I've got a brand new set. Okay, there goes my A-bomb branded spacer. That's an A-bomb branded spacer. Okay, here we go. Put this caliper up and out of reach where it's not going to get messed up. This is the forged ball joint puller that I was using, and this is what was working best for me. Out of all the tools that I tried, this is the only thing that was actually knocking these studs out. What I did was I used a spacer. Really, it's just a brass adapter. It doesn't have to be brass. In fact, brass is probably going to crush kind of easy. But in this case, it fits over the head on the stud. So that way it sits kind of in there like that. And that way the fork on the tool has something to rest on. Okay, we'll put that on the back just like that. We've got our puller on the stud, and this is the part where it gets interesting because I'm really going to have to torque the hell out of it with a wrench instead of using the impact because it's kind of a weird angle. We're going to get in here from the back, make sure that we are set to tighten and not loosen. start getting tighter and tighter, and then it'll start taking some real effort. And I better put my headphones on. This is loud. Safety glasses, headphones. It's gonna be loud, and you don't know if something's gonna shatter, bust, or pop, or what. But after the way it scared the crap out of me the last time, and even it made my fingers numb just from the concussion. Okay, tighten, tighten. That one wasn't too bad. That one's already popped loose. Compared to the other side, that actually came out kind of easy. There it is. One stud out, and it's sitting inside of my brass bit. There it is, removed. Continue to the next one. Maybe we'll get something more dramatic, like the two of the three on the other side. I mean, we're just like a 9mm gun blast. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm probably going to say it a million times in this video. But that really, really did surprise me. Okay, next one. Okay, here we go. Nope, that one was pretty uneventful also. It came out kind of easy. There it is. One more stud out. Looking down inside of these holes, they're not as rusty or as white and aluminum-y as the other side was. Frankly, I don't even know if these hubs actually came off the same car. I can't tell you. I don't know if they've been through the same environment or same conditions. And so far, so good. 2 out of 5 are coming off without any huge drama here. Hey, that one came out real easy. It didn't even pop. There you go. One more. Going for number 4. Nope, that one came out easy too. There it is. Pop, pop. There we go. One more. Alright, final one. This could be exciting. Come on, let this be the gunshot one. That wasn't too bad. I already broke 3. Okay. Oh, there it is. Already out. That's all there is to it. Those are out of place. These are the old studs. These are the new ones. So you can see that extra difference. I needed that extra roughly inch to be able to put that spacer on and still get the lug nuts on. So we're going to go ahead and put these in here now. Since it turned out to be rather uneventful and no drama here, I'm just going to put a little bit of grease on these splines, line them up, and pull them right through. To put a stud back in, I put the long stud through the back, just like this, push it through. I put a spacer on here, just like so, and then I put an old lug nut on here. Now you might mess these up, or at least make them look real ugly, so if you're going to be doing this, you're going to want one that you're going to throw away. Okay, come back with your impact, and as I said, I wouldn't normally use chrome sockets on this, but my black sockets are missing, and it's just a matter of tightening this until that stud pulls into place on the back side of the hub. So, here we go. That's it, it's in. One mounted stud, no problem. Okay, well we're back. It turns out putting on that front wheel was extremely uneventful. When I pulled the studs out of the aluminum hubs, they actually released really easily with just tiny little pops when they finally let go. The other side was much more eventful, where they actually went like a gunshot, and I mean, they snapped with so much force that it was just like a 9mm somebody firing it right in front of your face. I mean, it was just extremely loud, and the concussion, I could feel it in my face, and my hands were actually numb, you know, just from holding the tools while the little studs released, and it was amazing. And 2 out of the 5 over on the other side actually came out relatively easy. They required a little more force than I think they should have. The other 2 of the 5 were like gunshots, and then the third one was like a little pow, you know, it actually had a little bit of force to it. But all these were extremely easy. There was really nothing to them. They pulled right out with minimal force. I still can't believe it myself. I greased them up a little bit and slipped in the new ones and pressed them into place, and that came out really well. You can see the stance that we've got here, and you can see the wheel spacing, and I am extremely pleased with what we've got going on here. Extremely pleased. I think this worked out quite well. Now, we do have a few things coming up in the future, and one of the things is I have to take this body back up and off the car. I've got to do some more modifications underneath. I got to do some more floor pan modifications, and I have to do some repairs to the rear package area. If you remember, when I put that body back on, I hit the CAFR bar, and I actually cut out a notch where there was a hole where the bolts were supposed to go through. But because I didn't want to have to go through the holes, I'm going to have to reinforce that notch area around that, so I have to take this back apart. Also in that rear package area is where your starter is and your clutch cable, and it's just a whole lot easier if you can get to that from the top side, but Volkswagen never thought that far ahead. And behind that back seat, I'm going to make a hatch that folds up, so that way you can get to the starter, you can get to the clutch cable, you can get to the inner CV joints. In fact, you can get to the outer CV joints just the same. So it should be really, really easy to do some work underneath the car without having to get it up on the lift, without having to jack it up, and with it sitting kind of low, it's just going to be a real pain in the ass to work on. So I think a hatch inside of there would certainly facilitate a lot of the general maintenance type things that you would have to do to a Volkswagen Beetle. And just one of those things that Volkswagen never thought of. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a hatch in the back. Something else we got coming up this week is I also have to replace the air cleaners and throttle linkage on the Type 3 Fastback. I'm really tired of the throttle linkage coming out of sync, and those carburetors always are falling terribly out of sync. And I also discovered in one of the last videos that the air cleaners were getting sucked down on top of the carburetors, and it was actually causing the carburetor to not get any air, therefore flooding the one side. And it was weird. It would bounce itself down on top of the carburetor, so it would run really chunky, just real chunky. So anyway, that's one of the things that's coming up in the very near future too. So thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Pluck that little dingle belly down there next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page, Duckman Cycles, the VW Garage group page. Join us up there. We'll talk about all kinds of different projects. It's been mainly Volkswagen stuff, but anything that you've got, whether it be a motorcycle or you got a truck or whatever you got, and join us up on the group page. We'll see you there. Thanks so much. Take care.